I guess we're gonna go talk about Errol Spence here, who did an interview with Showtime's Jim Gray about what's going on with the fight, and then he continued to laugh. It's like something's cooking. Let's go listen in. Something's cooking. Nasty ass, bro. You know what? I wouldn't give him a fight. I'd be like, you know what? It's certain things that I just can't do. We can't offer him a contract. Like he drinks his piss. We don't work with people like that.
Terence Crawford, this fight gonna happen?
I think it's gonna happen. We both want to fight. I want to fight. He wants to fight, and it's going down to negotiations. So I definitely gonna get the fight this year, and we're gonna score off this year with the biggest fight in boxing.
It is the biggest fight in boxing. Where and when, if you were guessing? Terence Crawford, this fight gonna happen?
I think it's gonna happen. We both want to fight. I want to fight. He wants to fight, and it's going down to negotiations. So I definitely gonna get the fight this year, and we're gonna score off this year with the biggest fight in boxing.
It is the biggest fight in boxing. Where and when, if you were guessing?
I don't know where, I don't know when, but it's definitely gonna be this year.
All right, we look forward to that. Thanks for taking the time, Errol.
Thank you.
That laugh was a giveaway, and then during the broadcast, you can hear him laughing, like like he knows what's going on. Like, look at this little laugh. It gave you away, bro.
Fight in boxing.
It is the biggest fight in boxing. Where and when, if you were guessing?
I don't know where, I don't know when, but it's definitely gonna be this year.
All right, we look.
So you got a whole bunch of bullshit going around, as we talked about last week in the video. Listen, these YouTubers and these fucking Facebook and social media people. Okay, let me say it like this. You never hear me on this channel talk about fucking sources. You never hear. I don't like that shit. But I do say that I've heard something from somebody credible, but I'm not going to talk about it. Every now and then, I get some, I get some information, but it hasn't matched up with what a lot of people have been trying to put out there. But the fight's happening. I don't know anything about no contract, no purse, none of that shit. Nothing. But I just, I heard some things where, like, from somebody I respect, and I'm like, okay, all right. So to me, I think it's safe to say, I know a lot of people may not really want to believe because it's just been taking so long, but I think it's safe to say that, do you think the fight's happening? For example, I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. I'm gonna do 2 polls. Type 1 in the chat if you think the fight's gonna happen this year. Type 2 in the chat if you don't think the fight's gonna happen this year. And then I'm gonna do a poll. A simple poll. By the way, also, take your time out, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We do stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern. I talked about it earlier in the stream. I didn't start until 7:15. It's 7:50 right now. I had some take care of some things with my lawyers, and it ran a little over. But yes, we're going to be back Thursday with a stream, and we may even be here tomorrow with a stream. So let me do this poll real quick. Is Spence Crawford happening in 2022? All right, and we're going to read the results of the poll after we finish this topic in the next 10 minutes or so. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce that, bro, and I don't want to disrespect you, so we're just going to call you Cuckoo. Oh, KO Kush. KO Kush. KO Kushibu. Are you Japanese? Are you ready for Ioka versus Nietes tomorrow morning? We don't have a stateside broadcast. But anyway, let's get back to Spence Crawford. I think that I believe the fight's going to happen this year. However, don't expect for the undercard to be very good, because both of these fighters command a lot of money. And I've given my prediction before. If you watched my my Spence versus Dana Garcia coverage, and my Spence versus Crawford versus Sean Porter coverage, and my Spence versus Ugas coverage, before Spence versus Ugas, I had it Terence Crawford as the favorite to win. Now it's back 50-50. Like, Errol Spence is special, bro. For him to come back from what he came back from, you know, being flipped from his Ferrari. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know, one thing I'm an Errol Spence fan, okay? But I do my best, unlike a lot of these cocksuckers that do boxing on YouTube. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. This is a mature audience show. You know, they like to suck off boxers' dicks and shit to try to, like, you know, like, make money off of them, make false narratives and shit. But I've been following Spence, like, you know, like, since his debut, you know, and the talk around him always was that he was special. And we've seen what he's come from, you know, from the accident to I think it's safe to say that it's no secret, you know, that he had some issues, you know, with the bottle. I'm no stranger. I had some issues with the bottle about, damn, that was like, what, 8 years ago now. You know, but I used to, you know, be a party animal and shit, you know, drinking my ass off, doing videos. And then for him to have the eye injury. So for him to come back and do what he did to Ugas. Now, I've already said, and I'll say it again, to me, the Ugas win was his best win, to me. Why? Is because he outclassed and beat up and broke the face of a boxer. Sean Porter, okay, all right, high volume, pressure fighting power puncher, okay. All right. Danny Garcia, I think we knew how that fight was going to turn out. You know, Lamont Peterson, well, he just, you know. And then Kell Brook, that was a significant fight. Now, remember, Errol Spence has broke the face of Kell Brook. The other side, not the side that Golovkin broke. He broke a whole different side of his face. Then, he broke Ugas' face and broke his will? What? After coming back from another layoff of an eye injury? Like, dude is good. So, you know, before the Ugas fight, I was like, I need to see how he looks. And that's, you know, is that not logical? Because he was off for a while. And I understand, you know, I've seen so many boxing interviews and so many boxers talk about, you know, oh, they was writing me out and, you know, I got to show them, I got to prove, you know, I want to show them they should have never doubted me. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? You got flipped from your Ferrari. I'm not saying he said this, but it's like you got flipped from your Ferrari. Then you had a significant eye injury mixed in with the layoffs and the rumors. So I wanted to see, you know, how he would look against your Dennis Ugas. And man, did he shine, like bright. So now, Spence versus Crawford is a 50-50 fight to me, in my opinion. You know, because I was favoring, you know, Terence Crawford for a while. But one thing about Terence Crawford, he gets hit with punches sometimes that he shouldn't get hit with. I'm not saying Errol Spence is some defensive wizard, because we saw what happened when Ugas had clocked him that one time and he wouldn't go chasing the mouthpiece and shit, you know? But it's a 50-50 fight to me. I don't expect for the undercard to be too good. And I can say, trying to figure out, because I'm not, listen, I'm just saying, I guess we should expect something like within the next month or so of some type of announcement. And you got to think, for a fight like this, they're trying to make sure they get the most money as possible. And I'm pretty sure they're probably at a situation where they're securing a venue, you know, a site fee, a big one, and then putting together likely a press tour. And I'm making it my business, if they have a press tour in New York, I'm going to go to that shit. You know, I haven't been to a media event in God knows how long. But for something like that, I will go to. Do I want to go to the fight? Not really. I don't want to be around all those. No. But logically, who would be on the undercard? You know, I'm guessing they would try to throw Frank Martin in, because even though he went to the last round against Jackson Marinez on the undercard of Mark Maxio versus Ray Vargas, he opened up the telecast this past Saturday. I'm guessing, you know, that maybe since he is a Errol Spence fighter, they're probably going to try to put him on the broadcast. In fact, let me pull up what Errol Spence had to say. I guess I do need to go to the fight. Like, honestly, let me tell you something. I talked about it before. I really have no interest in going to boxing events. You know, I've been to the highest of mountaintops in boxing events, and we still do send people to boxing events. But I'm kind of like a recluse, and I got like social anxiety. Sometimes I can be a little awkward and shit, you know, when I'm thrust from being, you know, pretty much living in my own little world to going to being thrust to an arena with fucking 20,000 people, and then having to be around all those media members that I'm always watching my back because, you know, like, it's just, you know, it's just, But let's go listen to what Errol Spence had to say at the post-fight press conference for Maxeo and Vargas. But yeah, I do need to get to a fight. The last fight I was at Gary Russell versus Tug Stupnian Bayar. And it was Rigo versus Solis on the undercard. That was in Allentown. And then I was at J. Rock Williams versus Jason Rosario. That was in Philly. And then before that, what other fight was I at? I was at Joshua Ruiz 1, but I left. They was pissed. Like, I was traveling and moving a lot and going to a lot of events in 2018, 2019, fresh out of coma. Like on like Walker and shit. But anyway, let's go listen to what Errol Spence had to say.
Be patient.
Because I didn't really, in the post-fight press conference, I didn't really get a chance to listen to it. Here he is. So once again, since you're here, thank you for watching. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. We are live 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Today I was late. I had some legal things I had to take care of. But if there's a major fight, like a significant fight, or if there's a major upset, for example, if Ryan Garcia loses to Javier Fortuna, like I'm predicting he will, I'm going to be live on Monday, and Tuesday, if it's a major fight. But if it's not a major fight, then I'm going to be live on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 p.m. Tuesday's show is going to be basically recapping the weekend and talk about, the upcoming fights and news of the week like we're doing today. Thursdays, it's likely going to be press conference recaps and, fight week previews on the fights of the weekend coming up. Fridays, we recap the weigh-ins. And then Saturdays, I live stream during the main events of significant events. We're going to talk about Ioka versus Nietes next, actually. But let's go listen to Errol Spence. This was after Mark Maxeo had lost to Ray Vargas. I didn't get a chance to watch this.
Let's bring up Errol Spence. Let's talk to the champ, the unified welterweight champion of the world, the promoter of Frank Martin, Errol Spence Jr. I know the media's got questions for Errol, so by all means, raise your hand and then go ahead and do this while we got a little bit of time as we await the WBC featherweight champion, Ray Vargas. So, Errol, we appreciate the time. By all means, ask Errol questions, guys.
All right. 210 Boxing TV over here, Errol.
Okay.
How'd you feel about the way Frank Martin finished the fight? And you were mentioning as Rolly as a potential opponent. Do you feel like he's ready? He would be ready for Rolly?
Yo, I thought this dude was a black man. That's a white man. He sounded like a black man.
See that fight going with him and Rolly?
I mean, I feel like he looked good. He looked very great. He stopped him like he supposed to do in an impressive fashion, done something that Rolly didn't do. And I don't think that's even a logical question to ask him, is he ready for Rolly? Because I don't think you can name an opponent that Rolly beat. So, it's not, he only fought Tank. So I definitely think he's ready for Rolly. He'll definitely beat Rolly. And he's just a better fighter than Rolly overall. So, that's a fight I think can definitely happen, especially with Rolly coming off a loss. And, he needs a fight to get back in the mix. So why not fight Frank Martin?
The CEO of Man Down Promotions, Errol Spence. Errol, thanks so much, my man. We're going to get to Ray Vargas. We appreciate you putting your promoter hat on, man. Errol.
So they got him out of there. You peep how like Ray Flores, the PBC, got ended it because they didn't want no questions about the Crawford fight. But yeah, they're both in camp. Derrick James on the Showtime broadcast this week. Let me see if I can find that clip for you on the Showtime broadcast. And I meant to record it and I didn't. Maybe I could pull it up on my DVR. I don't know, that would take too long. But Derrick James got a chance to sit down with Brian Custer of Showtime in between the main event and Brandon Figueroa's fight. Also giving some details about the card. About the fight. And basically, yeah, they're both in camp. Let me see if somebody put it on Twitter. Let's see if somebody put the video up. See, it's this one right here. If you got the Showtime broadcast on your DVR, you should be able to watch it. But let me see if I can if somebody put it on Twitter or not, because I really don't feel like going to find it for you guys. No disrespect. Nope, I don't think nobody put it up. Nope. I'm scrolling. Give me 1 minute. Should I pull it up? I don't know. Should I pull it up? It's on the PBC YouTube page. Oh, okay. Thanks. All right, bro. See, are you a moderator? That's why you're going to see. This is what I need my moderators to do. You know, like the fact check, and you're going to become a moderator, bro. Thank you. No West Fly Zone. See, what's so hard about that, moderators, if you're here? You know, help a brother out. All right, let's pull up that clip on the PBC YouTube page. All right. Let's see. All right, see what's going on here. Did you tell a fib? No Fly Zone, no West. I will revoke. You know what? I don't see it. Do I have to call HR on you? It ain't up here. You're about to get revoked. I'm going to have a talk with HR about you, bro. I don't see the Derrick James interview. Where's it at? You lied to me. You lied to me. All right, we'll try Showtime. You lied to me, bro. You fucking lied to me. There's going to be consequences for that. Let's go check the Showtime page. If not, fuck it. I'll load it up for you guys for those who want to see it. Oh, all right. All right, here it is. All right. All right. All right. All right, bro. You're lucky. I was going to cuss you out. I was going to start cussing. I was going to start cussing up a storm. All right, let's listen to this. It's 6 minutes long. All right, I'm going to do it for you. However, I can let the audio play, but I can't let the video play because I'll get copyright. You know, so let's listen to it. And once again, at least please help me out. Drop a like. So this was this was on Saturday, July the 9th.
Derrick James joins me here. Showtime Championship Boxing. Welcome, DJ.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Happy to be here, man.
Good to see you here.
doubt.
Listen, let's start with Frank Martin.
Right.
Another impressive performance for him. You know, he told me before this fight, DJ, he said, quote, BC, I am the most overlooked fighter at 135 pounds. Considering he's...
Hold on, let me fast forward. He's talking about Frank Martin. Let's go to Spence Crawford.
Was that initially when he started out, he was falling a little short.
We'll start right here. He's talking about Charlo.
And he was able to make up the distance. And I told him something in the corner to make up the distance. He made up the distance. And he's very intelligent, and he realized he was in a space that Ugas couldn't hit him. And that's where he kept going to. And that's where he kept busting him up. That's how he broke his ribs. And then he worked the other side, broke the orbital bone.
And what about Jermell and Castano?
Jermell, everything was, for me, was great because he listened and he realized that the counterpunching and the footwork and the ability was open.
You hear that? Let me run this back for you. He's talking about how Spence had broke Ugas' face and his ribs.
Drags dropping championship nuggets to his fighters. Tell me what impressed you most about what Errol did in that Yordenis Ugas fight, and then what Jermell did in the rematch against Castano.
I think that what impressed me the most with Errol was that initially when he started out, he was falling a little short, and he was able to make up the distance. And I told him something in the corner to make up the distance. He made up the distance, and he's very intelligent, and he realized he was in a space that Ugas couldn't hit him, and that's where he kept going to, and that's where he kept busting him up. That's how he broke his ribs, and then he worked the other side, broke the orbital bone.
And what about Jermell and Castano?
I think Jermell, everything was, for me, was great because
He's about to talk about Spence Crawford next.
he listened and he realized that the counterpunching and the footwork and the ability was opening up shots. And that's how he was able to get the other shots in, because he used the feet work, he used the counterpunch, he used the defense, and everything came together.
Listen, there's no debating the results. Errol's a unified champ.
No doubt, yeah.
Jermel's the undisputed champion.
Right.
You know, Frank looks like he's got the goods here. What are you doing with these fighters that set you apart?
I think that, for me, man, I train for the training camp for the fighters just like they train. And so for me, I want to be better. And I got to keep pushing myself, just like I told Frank in the last fight. And even I said that everybody trains for a particular fight, right? But nobody trains for the guy specifically if he's going to step up the pace. If he can't step up the pace, you got to be able to put master gas. You saw Jermell master gas. You saw Frank do it in the last round. You also saw Errol do it with Ugas. And that's what I focus on.
I want to wrap it up with this. We saw Errol get interviewed by Jim Gray,
right.
And he said, yes, me and Bud Crawford are going to fight this year.
Right.
Everybody in the world wants to see that fight.
Exactly.
It seems like everybody in the world has already debated what the result is going to be. Are you just as anxious to finally get that fight on?
Listen, I'm just as anxious. I can't wait. And this is the thing about it. I always want what my guys want. If my guy wants that, I want that for him. And that's all I have to say, because I cannot wait. I'm training for it already. I've been working out for it already. We're going to push it. He's going to have to bring it. Because I'm telling you, he's going to have to be able to push it to the next level, because that's what we're going to be.
You already working out, huh?
Hey, I've been working out, man. I worked out this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, it's on. I'm ready to go.
He's the pride of Oak Cliff.
That's right, no doubt.
Derrick James.
That's right.
I appreciate it, man. You should be trainer of the year. You should be trainer of the year.
Well, we haven't finished, because I may have a couple more things to do this year. And then after that, it may be without a doubt.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
If I'm being honest, I already think he is trainer of the year. And I know we're only halfway through, but for him to do what he did with Errol, Spence, and Ugas, and also with Jermell Charlo, I think he's trainer of the year, to be honest. And it'd be a damn shame, if he gets robbed from it. No matter what happens with Errol Spence or Jermell Charlo if he fights this year. Me and Big J are going to talk about Charlo in Tim Zoo, which is looking like the rumors are it's going to happen in January of 2023. Like, why so late? Like, God, But anyway, moving on. When some news comes out on the fight, like I told you earlier, I did hear something. I did hear something. But it's from somebody I respect. So we're just going to wait and see how it plays out. But as you already hear, you heard it from Errol Spence. We just played the clip, and you're hearing it from Derrick James. And Terence Crawford. If you go check out his social media, he's in camp. Errol Spence and Derrick James just said, they're in camp. So it's coming. Will it be in October or will it be in November? I don't know.